Okay, it's been around 2 days since I last posted my video. It's time to check how many views it has. Alright, come on. Let's see how it went. Yep, so I posted my last video around 2 days ago and it has exactly 29 views. And like all my other videos, I spent hours making it, which involves planning, filming, editing, making a thumbnail, uploading, and a lot of other things. And most of my videos have less than 150 views. Now, even if you don't make videos like me, you might also be in a season where you're working hard, trying to follow the path that you believe God has set out for you, but you're just not seeing much results. And this could be making you worry, doubt, and even second guessing whether or not you're on the right path that God wants you to be on. So that's what we're talking about today. Let's get into the video. Hi, my name is Jeremy, and I want to begin with saying that God does see you. He knows that you're trying really hard, that you're working hard, trying to follow the path that you believe He has set out for you. And He sees you. He's with you every step of the way, holding your hand, even if it may not feel like it. And I get you. I understand you because I'm in your position right now. Just look at my YouTube channel. Every single video I make takes hours and often days to produce, film, edit, all that stuff and upload. And just look at how many views it has. Yeah, I know. It's not a lot. But we have to trust that God's timing is perfect. We're not perfect. God is, and His timing is perfect. And our minds and our brains are very limited and we don't know everything. But God does, so we have to understand that. Here's a Bible verse. Galatians chapter 6 verse 9. It says, "Let us not become weary in doing good. For at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." So, my friend, the worst thing you can do right now is to give up. Is to give up everything and give up the path that God has set out for you. The worst thing you can do right now is to give up the skills, the talents, and all the gifts that God has gifted to you so that you can use them for good to glorify Him. Just because you haven't seen results now and yet, it doesn't mean you should give up. You should keep going because what it says here, for at the proper time, meaning in God's time, in God's perfect time, we will, not you might, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. So here's how I'm going about my YouTube channel. Yes, my videos haven't blown up yet. I know, and maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. I don't know when or even if my YouTube channel will ever become a thing where I'm able to make videos full time. But what I do know is I'm not going to give up. This is truly something that I believe that God wants me to do, is for me to use my video creation and content creation skills, that includes the videography, lighting, editing, all that stuff, all those skills, and use it for good, to glorify Him. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm making videos for God. Not for money, not for fame, not for views and likes and dislikes. None of that. I'm doing it for Him. I'm trusting that God's timing is perfect, not mine. The fruit that my labor and your labor that it will produce will be much greater and bigger than you could have ever imagined. Right now might not be the perfect season for the trees and the plants that you've planted to produce fruit. And if they were to produce fruit right now, it might be small, it might be absolutely tiny, maybe smaller than the palm of your hand. But when God wills it so, when it is the perfect season for your plants to produce fruit, that fruit will be a lot bigger than you could have ever imagined. For me, right now, I'm learning to trust God and to be more patient with Him. So I keep praying and asking God to help me to be more patient with Him and to trust that His timing is perfect and His plan is perfect. And this kind of reminds me of that story of Joseph and his brothers. If you don't know it, I'll tell it to you in a nutshell. So basically, Joseph has brothers. Their father likes Joseph. Brothers got jealous, sold Joseph as a slave to Egypt. He gets imprisoned. But then Pharaoh leader of Egypt, has dreams, wants someone to interpret them. God gave Joseph the ability to interpret dreams. So Joseph interprets the dreams for Pharaoh. Pharaoh happy and makes Joseph one of like the leaders in Egypt, and Joseph becomes well respected. So here's the story. The point of the story here is Joseph went from being a slave in Egypt to being like one of the leaders and becoming very well respected. And all of it happened very quickly and very suddenly. So the key takeaway here is when it is God's time, it will happen just like that, usually. But you can't give up. Know that God knows and God sees that you are trying. Keep going. And when God wills it so, in His perfect time, your labor will bear much fruit. Don't forget that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.